It's Saturday night. You know what that means? Saturday night, evening, early morning, wherever you are. It's another episode of the Saturday edition. Tonight, Superhero Smackdown. A man walks into a Waffle House. Bill Maher tells Lin-Manuel Miranda to sack up. And a whole lot more. I'm, of course, Rob Robot Shlomo, coming to you from Chevy Road Studios. With me, as always. Well, not as always. With me in this instance.
Again.
I
suppose. I don't have my camera on.
That's okay.
We don't have the writing crop either. It has to be a hairbrush.
Okay, that's good enough.
That's enough. I'm no substitute for Jake.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jake, we have some technical difficulties. Jake cannot be joining us tonight. But you know what? If he shows up later on, which he has want to do, you know, we'll beam him in. That's not a problem. Jake's a busy guy. You know, he's got to take care of Melman. You know, now that Melman's woke up from oh, darn it.
For hibernation.
I
don't even remember where that joke is from. That's how old of a joke that is. That predates me.
Morbid Fury, listen, you know, you have to dip out. That's fine. Listen, you got bigger things going on. That's
we appreciate you being here.
Yeah,
we up on Rob's channel, so
yeah, let's be up on my channel. Thank you, Mr. Motorcycle Man.
My motorcycle guys have teleported to your location now.
Well, speaking of motorcycles, though, you know, in case you're in the market for a motorcycle or any kind of vehicle, you know, maybe you should check out this show's quote unquote sponsor. You know what sponsor that is, don't you, Mecca?
Is it a cartoon villain?
It might be. You know,
is it Skeletor?
No, I've always wondered how this cartoon villain can afford to support an organization of 10,000 men.
Skeletor?
And does he have an organization of 10,000 men?
I don't know. There's there's like a ton of them on my wall though. And I think they're all bad guys.
But anyway, this guy he might have just what you're looking for.
Need a new car? Looking for that business vehicle or ornaments to conquer a small nation? At Cobra Commander's Sharp Auto Sales, we want to put you in your next vehicle. We have everything to meet your work, family, or military needs. Check out this His Tank. It can be yours for no money down and only $2.99 a month. Need something more versatile? How about this Stinger Jeep? Fully armored, missile launcher included. Only 40,000 miles, most of which are non-combat. We've also got Rattlers, Night Ravens, and the all-new Ford Escape. And now we're offering 0 payments for 6 months, or until Destro can formulate a plan to take over the banks. Remember, at Cobra Commander's Sharp Auto Sales, we're not just a car dealer. We're an evil terrorist organization determined to rule the world. And we're certified by the Better Business Bureau. So come on down to Cobra Commander's Sharp Auto Sales for a test drive on Route 1 in Springfield. Follow the signs of the bomb craters. Free balloons for the kids. Come on down! Cobra!
You know, it's really important that that those miles on that Jeep on your next Jeep are non-combat.
It needs guacamole.
Yes.
Not the video, my nachos. I need guacamole and I don't have any.
Okay, well you can do that. You can get that. I mean,
what's our first story?
I don't know. What do you think? Well, okay, you know what? First of all, I want to show people this game. We just stumbled upon this game here. And like I said, I mean, who knew?
Which
it's
game?
on sale. The one we talk about.
Just the police simulator.
Yeah.
Are you screen sharing?
I'm trying to screen share right now.
Do you want me to? Would you rather I do?
Well, hold on. This will give I'll have to vamp for a minute. But you know, like I said,
right,
just without the game. Okay, here you go. Okay, remove that. Okay. I mean,
this is what the devs playing it.
I guess I don't know. They're live streaming it right now.
Yeah,
I think it's live streaming. Yeah, I mean,
well, this is Steam. They always like to play developer streams.
Yeah,
it is a police simulator.
Mm-hmm. So you ride around in a car all day and you eat donuts.
Paperwork. You do paperwork. Do you get to do paperwork and bust, secret cults hell bent on world domination? And
I think we're finally out of ideas on what to base video games about. I think we really are.
Hey, shouldn't he be on the other side with the police, with the way the narrative is? I don't know.
There
you go.
What are you turning into some kind of feminist?
So
that's the wrong soundbite.
No, that's
well. When they speak of shooting people, I don't think that was exactly what they had in mind. I don't think it was with a camera.
No.
Maybe. Because see, that was my first thought. Is you run up and he's like, "Oh, there's a black woman on the ground. You better pull your gun out and shoot her." Camera, right? Is that what they do?
This is what I say.
Too inappropriate. See, I would get banned.
Someone's gonna kick his ass.
Open world gameplay with multiple neighborhoods. You basically go on patrol.
It's like Grand Theft Auto, but
plant drugs in people's cars. Look, you can do all these. Oh, there you go. Get on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, really.
That
okay, all right.
Just assaulted the police officer.
That's okay.
Super inappropriate. I would play this so inappropriately and get banned.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
I need this game. I know,
we've got 11 people. It's 7 minutes and we got 11 people watching. We may not have the biggest audience, but we have the best looking audience on all of YouTube. It
is a Saturday afternoon. Like everybody has real lives now that everything's open again. So
yeah, except us. That's freaking people you got 1,100 people watching Mauler play Lego Star Wars. I mean, come on, people can't be that busy. Oh boy, I did kind of want to.
I don't know. I think I'd rather have 1,100 people watch me plant drugs in people's cars on the police simulator. What do you think? Who wants to buy it?
U.S. Army should buy the Toyota pickups. They're basically indestructible. Top Gear proved that. Well, yeah, there's a provision in actually that a lot of laws saying that they have to buy from manufacturers in the U.S. Part of the whole Buy American Act. Yeah, you can't really blame them. So, James Gatz says boopsicles. Oh, boopsicles are always great. So. Yeah.
What was this about? Marvel or something?
Well, Marvel's been making every sort of unforced error that they can over the last couple weeks, months, couple of years, actually. First they say it's that, is
this the one where are we doing the one where they're mad that Scarlett Johansson's mad that she's been sexualized, but everybody else has too?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have that article?
Yeah. If I can spell her name, I spelled Scarlett Johansson.
Johansson?
Yeah. But the whole thing, Scarlett, come on, honey. And I don't like calling her honey. It's weird. It's a weird situation that, now that she's got kids, now all of a sudden it's not okay. I mean, come on. And yeah.
Is it because she has kids now, or is it just because?
I guess. I think it's because they're
not get canceled.
I think you know what I think it is? They're leaning heavily into the woke marketing. I hate using that.
Wow.
I really do, because listen, we used to call it being socially conscious or whatever it is. Oh, Chef Nation. Oh, hey, how you doing?
I'm to the point now where I don't even want to talk about things that are using me for marketing just for like a hate click. I'm kind of getting really resentful of it.
Johansson said a few years ago that she said, "Hey, we better hurry up and make this Black Widow movie while I can still fit into the costume." So she knows she's got certain assets. If you can share that for us, actually, Mecca, because it'll take me. We'll be wrapping by the time I get to share it.
There you go.
Okay.
Criticizes hyper-sexualization of Black Widow and Iron Man 2. Was she? I don't think I remember it.
It was a slinky outfit, Actress says her character talked like a possession in her first appearance in the Marvel franchise. Scarlett Johansson has spoken out about the sexualization of Black Widow and Iron Man 2. It was 11 years ago. The blockbuster in which her character first appeared in Marvel Cinematic Universe series, speaking to Collider. Oh, Collider.
Wasn't she a spy?
Yes, she was.
What kind of a shithole spy are you who isn't gonna use your sexuality and your tits to get what you want?
Yeah, a very bad spy. In the run-up to release of standalone Black Widow film, Johansson, while Iron Man 2 is really fun and had a lot of great moments in it, the character is so sexualized, Character is so sexualized. She's really talked like a piece of something, like a possession or a thing or whatever, like a piece of ass, really. And Tony even refers to her something like, at that one point, I want some. Johansson appears to be referring to the scene in Iron Man 2 when Natalie Rushman, Black Widow, went as Natalie Rushman, Black Widow. What? Natalie Rushman? Black Widow meets Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. for the first time. After flicking through a series of pictures of Rushman, including one of the character. No, it's not Natasha Romanoff. Am I forgetting something?
So they know less about Marvel movies than I do.
Yeah, it seems that way. Was that an alias? I mean, I'm having trouble remembering. It's been a while since I've seen Iron Man 2.
That's the thing. That's like I don't remember. I really don't remember. Are we which dimension did this one come out of? Maybe this is from the Berenstain Bear dimension where she was a Rushman. And Romanoff is in the Berenstain Bears dimension. It's all Mandela effect, I think.
Yeah.
But she was a lawyer, they're saying.
Yeah, well, she was a lawyer. But the whole thing is weird. I'm like, really, come on. Like I said, what kind of piss poor spy doesn't use every asset she has? No, really.
It's true. That's why James Bond is a hot guy. Mm-hmm. That's why, I mean, and of course people on Twitter were pointing out all of the other instances of the super sexualized characters out there.
Yeah.
Like the super slinky
after
the muscle dudes, that's America's ass. Stuff like that.
After
Spider-Man stuff. Yeah. It's like he's not sexualized.
Yeah.
This
after
guy.
Series of pictures. Yeah, I know. There you go. Yeah.
That dude.
You know what? Who wouldn't want to be buffed like that,
This dude. I mean, they're not casting, they're not casting people based on, just their acting ability alone. Did they forget? I think they forgot.
Because we all want to see ugly people on screen. Listen, if don't bother saying, trying to curse me out for saying we don't want to see ugly people on screen. We don't. We want to see.
Nobody does.
No, that was one of the complaints China had about The Last Jedi or whatever it was, or Star Wars, was that that everybody was too ugly. And they want to see beautiful people like Will Smith and Angelina Jolie.
Well, that's why the movie stars are different than the regular people, I think. And that, like, your average movie star will probably be some airhead bimbo who eats nothing but Tic Tacs and, lives in this little fantasy bubble where she thinks everybody is so privileged because she is, right? And she couldn't do your job. She couldn't go into even the lowest level job. Like, these are people who could never survive doing anything else. That's why they have their looks, except for rare instances of people like Dolph Lundgren or somebody. You guys, you have most of these people are actors. They're paid entertainers. They're there because they look good.
The whole, and like I said, the whole thing about they want to turn spies into being asexual, and no, there's something called the honeypot in the spy game, is where you seduce someone and then you get information out of them, and that's part of it.
It makes sense if she wasn't sexualized. I mean, what the hell? I'm so tired of these SJW types and this new modern day woke marketing and pandering to the wokier than thous and crap. It's like, you guys are so damn obsessed with what everybody's sexual preference and orientation is. Yeah, they want to shame anybody who isn't ugly, basically. Oh, God forbid you want to have sex with an attractive person of the opposite gender. You're just a homophobe if you want that. Do you have that story pulled up, or should I find it? The Anthony Mackie one. That's related.
I got that story, Paul. I got that story.
All right. Speaking that, I'll pull it up too. I'm up.
But the whole problem, like I said, the whole thing is, hey, I'm just enough already, please. Enough. Just come. I'm really losing faith in mankind. And not Mankind the Wrestler. Do you ever hear of a guy named Randolph Fiennes? Do you ever have a man named Randolph? No. Randolph Fiennes. He was he
pulled up the article here.
He was an adventurer. He climbed Mount Everest, and he.
Oh, you got a real article from USA Today. I pulled up a.
Yeah. But anyway, Randolph Fiennes. He auditioned for the part of James Bond. Cubby Broccoli told. Hold on. Cubby Broccoli told him, he goes, your hands are too big. You have a face of a farmer. And that's why he didn't get the part. Boy. Actually, I just got a message from a certain somebody here. And where is he?
While you do that, Anthony Mackie gets heat from Marvel fans for shutting down Sam and Bucky's romance speculation. Whatever's in your crazy little head, people, SJW people out there who don't watch the show, that's not what's on screen. Your fan theory is wrong, and you are heterophobic if you feel that these two characters have to be gay because you think so, right? Anybody, this is pretty much all I have to say about this. Anybody who thinks that two people of opposite genders should not be attracted to each other or whatever. Let me just say this. You cannot change the way you were born. I was saying the same thing 30 years ago defending people who are gay, and I'm saying the same damn thing now defending people who are straight. You cannot change or choose how you feel on the inside with something that you're born with. You should not be hateful or slamming people for how they feel, period. It is not homophobia, it's not transphobia, it's not anything. And you need to be a little more understanding of other people.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now welcome to the stream the one, the only founding member of the group, the Pantsless Jihad, Mr. Jake Bentley.
Hiding him with a massive chat message.
Jake, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing well, but I seem like I came in at a very passionate time.
Sorry, in the middle of my rant, I apologize.
I know, I apologize that I just slipped in while you were ranting. I didn't want to cut you off. I don't know what you were talking about, but I was buying it. I'm in. I love it. I am behind you. I will go to war with you. I don't know what it is, but
we're basically defending people who are born a certain way, basically.
Yeah, it's this whole thing about Cap and Bucky being gay now. I mean, that old thing.
They're mad because in their heads they want them to be gay and they're not in the show.
Yeah. No, I get everyone wants representation. That's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing bad about that. But when you take a character who's already established, who doesn't represent, and you change them to be representative, you've taken that character away from another group. You have to come up with new characters to do that kind of stuff. I definitely do think there should be representation for gay characters, and they should absolutely make shows about gay characters who love each other and do all this stuff, but not with the already existing ones.
No, somebody actually already admitted that the only reason they're using existing characters is because it's a shortcut.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
They don't want to put the time and effort into and work into create a good character. And
I think if you think about it, take Professor X. Professor X was way ahead of his time. It was the first representation anyone had in comics, for the handicapped, for someone in a wheelchair. But how cheap would it have been if they were like, oh, Daredevil got shot in the back, he's in a wheelchair now, that's what he is. There's your representation. Enjoy it.
I represented people in wheelchairs. That is right. I represented people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being an old white dude. I'm sorry. Take it out, Jake. Yeah, that is good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Jake, check it out. We even got a bumper for the Superhero Smackdown.
But you forgot to play before we start talking superheroes.
Jake's here. He's a superhero.
Okay.
It's true. I've not worn pants in public.
We're almost like a real show here.
I know.
No, Darth Merlin. They're using to tear them down, but they're also using them as shortcuts. That's because this generation. Listen, we've had a generation that's grown up with sampling music, so they don't know anything else. All they know how to do is lift other things and repurpose them. Yeah, take a.
He's a good way to put it. That's what J.J. Abrams does. He'll take scenes and just rearrange them, and he doesn't have a story.
Will.i.am was on Top Gear talking about his quote unquote car company, and that's exactly what he did. He took parts of other cars and just reassembled them, and oh look, I built it. I'm a car maker. No, you're not. No, you're not. Ford is a car maker. You're just someone who puts together jigsaw puzzles on a bigger scale.
And I won't even completely shit on that because I think there's a way to do it. Sentry is he's one of my 3 favorite superheroes. Sentry is just Superman with a layer added, but that layer added can define so much of a character. And I think it's okay to lift for inspiration, but not to just be like, fuck it, I don't want to work. What are the rules? Can I say fuck it on here? Can I say fuck?
You can say anything you damn well want. My show.
I know sometimes YouTube is just like, no, don't say fuck. We won't let your movie we won't let your video make money because Jake said fuck, but fuck it.
Well, I'm not monetized yet, so it doesn't make a difference right now.
Oh, well then fuck YouTube.
Well, the only thing you can't say is that Joe Biden stole the election. And now we're banned. That's the only thing you can't say.
That's
But that's all you can't say. That's the only thing I've heard you can't say.
So Mecca, if you can, bring up the Iron Fist story because her sharing works a lot better than my sharing. It takes my computer has
where was it? Here it is.
Anyways, my computer's like a bottlenecked CPU, and it'll take forever.
Will you just buy the computer I bought?
Yeah, okay.
Buy a laptop. You can just take it with you. Then we can go to Paris because Paris is open now.
Oh, I want to go to Paris.
Yeah. They're open as long as you have the jab. So I'm like, or pass a test to have a negative test, so you don't have to. For all the people who are like, passports for vaccines free. It's like I'll just put it next to my regular passport.
Yeah. Jake, were you a fan of Iron Fist at all?
The TV show or the comic book character?
The comic character.
Yes, my Aikido teacher was all about Iron Fist, so he's got a little bit of a soft spot, but I don't really know him as well as I know most. I never got into him personally, but he's soft spot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Iron Fist is admitting he sucks. He sucked at being Iron Fist after giving his powers. Iron Fist, the Heart of the Dragon, number 6, written by Larry Hama, Dave Watcher, and Niraj Menon. The issue concludes with Danny Rand rejecting the return of the Iron Fist from Okoye. Okoye, the Wakanda lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead, Hama has Rand say, "That's not the way it works, Okoye. It's yours now." Then he adds, "And anyway, I wasn't all that good at it in the first place." So they're actively retconning Iron Fist. Oh, I sucked. I always sucked.
Yeah.
You're going to be so much better at being Iron Fist than I can ever be.
Which is funny, because like that really like paints the picture of the whole, diversity movement, because like the show came out and everyone's like, no, anger, rabble. This should be like an Asian American character. Why isn't he Asian? And they were like, we hear you, black lady.
With a shaved head.
The book concludes with Rand telling Luke Cage he plans to live his life to the fullest now that he's no longer infused with the power of Iron Fist.
Is this Babu Frick from Star Wars in human form?
Probably. Oh.
All right.
This is, like I said, this
Baba Booey.
That's who it is. Oh God! But this, like I said, if this isn't to just humiliate the character, I don't know what is.
Are they gonna make out now? He's got his arm around him.
I don't know. So Hama went from having Okoye describe Rand as a true hero to Rand saying he wasn't good at being Iron Fist despite years of training in Kunlun to attain the ability. Rand would prove himself worthy of the. Okay, all right. We gotten all we want for this story. Jake, let me ask you, what was the last Marvel comic you bought?
Oh God, the last one I bought. It's been a while. I stopped buying them. I would still read them on completely legitimate and not at all piratey websites. But, I stopped buying once Thor got replaced by Jane Foster and they announced it on The View.
I remember doing that video for my own channel years ago, and nobody watched it, but still, the idea that this is your target audience, The View. Yeah, we're gonna have like soccer moms who just dropped their kids off at kindergarten. Yeah, they're gonna totally buy Thor.
Yeah.
Not Coach handbags. Why aren't they putting superheroes on the Coach handbags if they want women to care about them?
I don't know.
Especially soccer moms who watch The View. Put it on, like, they care more about who won on American Idol.
Jake, you're currently a disembodied floating boob right now.
I'm a disembodied floating boob.
Yeah, you have no avatar.
I suppose I should rectify that, shouldn't I?
I can't.
And there's one I've been waiting quite a while to
while you do that. I mean,
use.
But the whole thing, I'm like, I don't think. Yeah, I probably asked your opinion about this in Endgame, and the whole thing. That is. Let me see that. Okay, how do we do that? No, not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Oh, there you go. I can. That's why we have Jake on.
I made that right after Iron Horse debuted, and I've been waiting to use him ever since, and I have not gotten the opportunity. And once I saw Jon Favreau staring at me, I was like, no, it's got to be the Iron Horse.
Oh God. Like I said, the whole thing, like, oh yeah, Okoye. He's like, I don't know if you're a big G.I. Joe fan, Jake, but
I watched it when I was a kid. I'm familiar.
But the whole thing is, like, I read the comics for years, and the comics were actually really good. The comics were so much better than the TV show could ever be. And yeah, I understand it's all promotional tool to move plastic, but as soon as they said, yeah, this guy who is predicated, his whole character is predicated on him being the outside, and he goes to Japan and curries favor with with his buddy's uncle as his favorite pupil, and then they suspect his buddy is suspected of killing his uncle because of that. Oh, yeah, we're gonna make him into an Asian guy because we want to fix it. I'm like, no, you don't know. No, it doesn't fit you. You ruined it. Oh no, but now it's better. How is it better? Now it's more diverse. I'm like, yeah, because only Asians know martial arts. Is that what you're saying? You were telling me that 25 years ago that was a stereotype.
Right, and now to insist anything else is cultural appropriation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's you can't win. You cannot win.
Did you ever see Dragon, the Bruce Lee story?
Yes.
Remember that scene where the masters they said to him, he goes, "You don't teach anybody who's not Chinese martial arts, especially black people." And he said, "I'll teach anyone who I damn well please." That was the thing. Bruce Lee said, "Listen, if we want to open up China and Asia and the East to Westerners, we have to start somewhere. We teach them martial arts, and they appreciate. Wow, yeah, this is pretty cool. What else do they got? You know,
right? Like,
and it makes it seem less foreign to people.
I mean, with Wakanda coming out to the rest of the world, you got to start with vibranium. No one gives a shit about the other stuff at first. But then once they see the vibranium, then they're like, all right, what else you got?
Mm-hmm. There's that discussion. He goes, when you said you wanted to open Wakanda up to the world, I thought the Olympics or maybe a Starbucks. Okay, I got to ask Jake really quick. What do you think about Loki? I think I talked about it.
I like Loki. I'm a fan of the show. Obviously we're still seeing where it's going, but Loki's always been big on like characterization. I think that's what we're getting from the show. I know you're probably not a fan, but I'm liking it so far. I'm digging it, and we can definitely talk about it.
Oh yeah, well the big problem is, like I said, you took the Infinity Stones, and the guy Michael Waldron, he actually said that he wanted to do something that said everything you see in the Marvel Universe, Cinematic Universe right now is bullshit.
So my take on that, I don't necessarily think that the Infinity Stones are bullshit, but I think the Infinity Stones are in the presence of the TVA, in that pocket realm that's been created. I think they're just not in their ideal setting. I look at it like using a gun underwater. Like, yeah, okay, a gun's gonna wipe people out on land, but if you use it underwater, it's not meant for that. In the reality stone can't pull from the reality of the universe inside this pocket dimension. Same with, the space stone can't control space in this pocket dimension where that's outside of that space. So that's how I view it. And I feel kind of justified in that too once we get to episode 2 and we see now that the TVA is in the real world. Now they're susceptible to Loki's magic. Now they're susceptible to all these things once they enter the real world. It's just their pocket dimension is just outside of the realm of where and how these things work, is how I take it.
Yeah, well, my big thing is that the whole thing about that is the TVA hasn't had an office renovation since the 70s. I mean, how much brown can you cram into one shot?
Right.
I mean, you think something that is as nebulous and deals with time would be very light and airy looking, be lots of whites and grays and blues and teals,
You're right. but I think that's a subtle like creative choice. I think the TVA is not the good guys. I don't think there are space lizards who are controlling all this stuff. Just kind of like the conversation that we showed with Mobius, Owen Wilson's character, and they're like, oh, the time wizards are unraveling it as we like it's very clear that he's bought into a cult. I don't think the space people, I don't think they actually exist. I think this is just a group of people who are, I mean, it's built like a cult. There are these like, beyond human gods that are in control of everything, but they only speak to quote unquote their chosen ones, the judges in this thing. I think they're setting them up as the villain of the show, and I think the aesthetic is meant to kind of hint at that.
So let me ask you. We got Jake here. I have to ask you. I mean, the whole thing about the MCU becoming the, having more female focus. Did you see WandaVision? What did you think of WandaVision?
I thought WandaVision was pretty solid. I liked WandaVision. It started off really slow and really boring, but towards the end, I got into it.
Yeah, I thought it was, I thought it completely fell apart at the ending.
Did you finish it, Rob?
I finished it.
Okay.
And I thought
I didn't finish it.
It had what I call a CW ending, where they just let Wanda walk off scot-free. Like, oh, I know you held a town hostage and you tortured them for a month, to the point where they all wished for death. But oh, shucksy doodles, you're so stunning and brave. You're just kidding. Well, you've learned your lesson. Yeah, bye-sies.
Yeah, I get the perception of that from the point of Monica Rambeau and
they'll never know what you sacrificed. They'll never, like, she made the sacrifice. No, they made the sacrifice. You held them prisoner.
From the point of the people who would actually want to arrest her, though, my argument is like, who's going to stop her? Like, that's true.
At the same time, though, I mean, she felt no remorse. The only thing she regretted was giving up her little fantasy world.
I think we need to see where it goes from this. So, and the thing too is, like, we kind of got towards the end of the show, we got, that scene at the end where she's in the cabin, and I don't know, Wanda just feels different in there. And I think she's headed down a more villainous path.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to allow women to be portrayed as a villain in the MCU.
You don't think so?
Not with the new moving forward with the MCU stuff. No, they're going too wham and heavy. They're going too female centric. Like they're going so, I don't know, anti. Like, well, look at Thor: Love and Thunder. Look at the Marvels now. I was gonna say Captain Marvel too.
Oh, yeah. Captain Marvel and the also rans. I don't know.
They still want the A Force. They still want.
Please make the Air Force. That'll be job security for us for years.
I will just mock it and call it the TNA Force and be done with it, and make a lot of very inappropriate comments about their lack of jiggling.
What are you turning into, some kind of feminist?
Yes, I like looking at the female form sometimes. You knew this about me.
It's funny too, because like I think about like the people who insist that Captain Marvel was a great movie and stuff like that, and like I don't even get mad about it anymore. And I realize, like, I'm a big Thor fan, and when Thor first came into the MCU, I was like, this is gonna be the best movie of them all, and like Thor wasn't. And then what was the second one I'm blanking on? Dark World. Yeah, Dark World came out, and I was like, this is gonna be the one, it's gonna be awesome. And it was somehow even worse, but I kept insisting. I was like, no, it was the best, because like I was such a homer for Thor that it was like, I can't admit that movie was bad. And then eventually I got Thor Ragnarok, and it was like, all right, cool, I could admit those first two sucked ass. And I think that's where like the Captain Marvel, like, super feminist fan base is, in the MCU is they want that super badass, powerful, woman to step up and have a great movie, and that hasn't happened yet. So they're just insisting that the one they have is good when it's not. And I feel for you. I feel I feel for you, and I hope they do it right at some point, and I hope you get that badass, killer female movie, but you don't have it right now. You don't.
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying you're going with Ms. Marvel on TV, as I call her, Fisty McGee. She basically has the same power set as Reed Richards. I mean, but she made her fist real big, and she got her powers in the comic for no good reason than other than here you go, kid. Just all right, you seem like a good. Here you go. We're just gonna give you powers just because you're such a fangirl, and it's basically a stand-in for Sana Amanat, really, who admittedly. She admitted to herself, admitted to everybody she had no business working in comics. It's just like all these self-insert characters, Yeah. What did I can talk about Thor: Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder sounds like the title of like one of the worst '80s hair metal bands albums.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, I really have high hopes for the movie because, like I said, I'm a big Thor homer.
Yeah.
Love that character. Always have. It's been my favorite since I was a kid. I was really hesitant with Thor Ragnarok because I was like, oh, they're just taking a shitty Hulk comic and it's going to be all about Hulk, and they're just going to kind of backdoor Thor into his own movie. Because the first two didn't do so great. And I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised. It is my favorite MCU movie, Thor Ragnarok. So I'm hoping Love and Thunder is kind of the same thing. I'm hoping it's like, oh, they're going to do this really shitty, Jane Foster Thor thing. Yeah. And I hope that's just kind of like the on the surface presentation. And then it ends up being like a really good, really legit Thor movie. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because they proved me wrong in the best way the last time. So fingers crossed.
I think we're being set up for a bait and switch.
Taika Waititi likes to troll people anyway. He's got kind of a weird sense of humor. I mean, I won't be shocked if he gives us like the best movie ever. But at the same time, I won't be shocked if it's going to be absolutely terrible and it's going to be Lady Wham and Thor.
Right.
But I remember though. I mean, when it was first announced, Natalie Portman comes walking onto the stage, and here she is, all 4'11", 98 pounds of her, struggling to hold up a plastic prop hammer.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm in charge and like gun to your head, like this is the movie you're doing, I'm at least going to use the multiverse to bring in a new Jane Foster who is not Natalie Portman, because I don't know. I'm not going to say Natalie Portman was what was wrong with the first two movies, but she was in them and they sucked. And the third one didn't have her and it was great. So
yeah, well, yeah. Okay. You won't say, but I will. Natalie Portman was what was wrong with those first two movies. I'll say it.
This picture, Rob.
Yeah, I remember. Like I said, Yeah, there you go. I remember, like my mom knew nothing about superheroes, and I showed her the picture. She says she's gonna be a superhero. Who's she gonna save?
What is that face? Why would?
And Tessa Thompson was probably hitting on her backstage.
Tessa Thompson's head looks like it's photoshopped. Is that her real neck? That's
yeah.
It's like what is that's Mr. Fantastic powers.
That's the Thor we want. That's the Thor we want.
There you go. We're not getting that. No.
No, we get her. We get her.
You're looking at that Mr. Fantastic neck, aren't you?
I think it's just an odd way her rap is. I think her rap is a little asymmetrical here. Maybe it's pulling more towards.
Everyone loved Tessa Thompson's character in Ragnarok. I thought I couldn't stand it. It was just look, I'm so drunk. She was like a woo girl. I don't know if you remember from How I Met Your Mother, the woo girls. Woo! They drink and they go woo.
Yes.
It's like, oh, but yeah, it was just she was a woo girl, but it was look at what she's actually saying. Like, oh yeah, she lost all of her Valkyrie sisters. I'm like, yeah, but like, it's not convincing, and I don't like her. Like that's
so when I get into like the diversity, because I'm really not opposed to diversity in movies and comics and stuff. And when I get into it though, and you bring up that counter argument that like, oh well, what if you cast Black Panther as a white guy, you know? And the response you always get to that is, it's fine to race change as long as it doesn't, you know, hurt the backstory or who the character is. And they give the example that T'Challa is an African king. He can't be a white guy. Fair, but like Norse fucking gods. Why is Idris Elba Heimdall? Why is Tessa Thompson a Valkyrie? Doesn't fucking make sense. And then you bring that up and well, this doesn't count for my entire argument. It fucking does.
Oh, that's moving the goalposts.
That's exactly what it is.
You know, they'll just say, "Oh, you're just a racist. You're just a sexist."
Well, the other argument. Well, these are fictional characters. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, but we're getting to the point now where we're race swapping actual people.
Yeah, Anne Boleyn.
Right.
Anne Boleyn, Buford Pusser.
Like it's just once again, all for diversity. Make a fucking Blade movie. Blade is awesome. I would pay the shit out of I would give all my money to the
there we go. That's the movie we want to see right there. I want to see the woke left lose their shit if this movie ever gets made.
You know what? I'd pay to watch this movie just because it'd be fucking hilarious.
I'm a bad motherfucker. Ugh. Shaft's my name and Shaft's my game. All bets are off as far as I'm concerned. Morbid Fury, yeah, that is funny. That's why I keep that picture around. So Jake, okay, oh boy. So, oh brother,
Waffle House. We didn't talk about the Waffle House.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Waffle House.
I want to go to a Waffle House, so let's do it.
Jake is a man of the world. He's been around all over the country. You've been to Waffle Houses, haven't you?
I have been to Waffle Houses.
Yeah. And I can share that Twitter thread, actually, because it's just, like I said, it's easier if you share it. Now, there was a guy who lost his fantasy football.
Oh, I know exactly where this is going. I know, yeah. I know this story well.
And
I would love to propose this as a losing thing in my fantasy league this year.
I thought Robbie needs to do a sketch about it. He needs to do a video sketch with this.
Yeah, like
Jacques Cousteau style.
Yeah, like Jacques Cousteau's. Yeah, but
all right, let me screen share.
But the whole thing is, like I said, my brother Dave actually has a fixation on Waffle House. And people have asked me, what do you care if he wants to go to Waffle House? Like, because I'm going to be the guy in the car at 2 a.m. driving around Erie, Pennsylvania, looking for one with him. That's why I have a thing about Waffle House.
Waffle House is great. Like the food, I mean, obviously the food is awful. And if you want like good breakfast food, you go somewhere else. But when you've had a few, when you smoked a little pot, you had a few drinks. There is no better place to go to in the world than fucking Waffle House.
It's like, yeah, like I said, we're gonna be doing a video about that actually. Yeah, like I said, like in search of this. Hello, I am Jacques Cousteau.
So
the man walks into his Waffle House. He sits down at the table, brow furrowed with his troubles. Those damn birds follow me wherever I go. I
thought you were doing it from the perspective. I thought Jacques Cousteau was the perspective of this guy from the Waffle House.
No, it'd be like Jacques Cousteau making a documentary,
because the way he writes this thread is like Jacques Cousteau's diary. 4 hours in.
That's actually a better idea. 4 hours in, I'm on my second waffle.
Here you go. Here's the first one.
Oh my god, this is like
So, a funny story about Waffle House that I've read. When The Rock was like a full-time active wrestler, he actually used to go to Waffle Houses after every show, and they would let him go in back and cook his own food. So that's what he would do. He would go to the Waffle House and he would cook himself up like a 18-egg omelet. And
there's a story actually about Jimmy Superfly Snuka threw a dozen eggs at the crew at Denny's late night one time.
Murdered a few of them too.
Probably. I'm coming to you live from Brandon, Mississippi, Waffle House. I, a total loser, came in last place in my fantasy football league. As punishment, I spend 24 hours in a Waffle House. Every waffle I eat shaves an hour off the clock. It's 4:07 Central.
Yeah, I'd be there 2 hours.
I got some books, some magazines, and some podcasts, and 2 waffles to start. Figured I'd enjoy the first 2. 2 down. That means 2 hours down. 21 hours, 37 minutes left to go, roughly. Already, my stomach is rumbling. Going to be a long one. The staff does not believe me that I'll be here that long. Little do they know. 1 hour, 10 minutes into it. 2 more waffles. And 1 human who is dead on the inside. 4 waffles down. Been here for 1.5 hours. So that means 18.5 to go. I'm already in immense discomfort. Please, somebody launch me into the sun.
No.
This is real. This is a real thing. 2 children, can't be older than 6, are up at the Touch Tunes. Absolutely jazzed to hear whatever bangers they picked out as soon as Enter Sandman finishes. And it's Eye of the Tiger. Yeah, let's get another waffle. And now it's Hotel California. How fitting. I can check out anytime I want, but I can never leave. Yes, I can in 17 hours. Per my league commissioner, I am allowed to sit in the parking lot. And so if I puke, it won't count against me. This won't recalibrate the strategy, though. Waffle number 5 just hit 2,000 calorie mark and feeling great.
See, I was hearing him like he like as Ren reading Space Madness. He just gets crazier and crazier.
I saved weeks worth of the shutdown full gas for this. Feel like there needs to be Waffle House Disasters episode. Officially stuck in neutral. Need to find that extra gear and push through this waffle. TS and PS, please. 7:07 Central Time. 3 hours. 4.7 waffles down. So many hours to go.
Did he make it? Did he make it?
Did he make it?
This is like, did he make it? Did he make it? What's this poor guy's face? 6 hours down, and I'm still on waffle number 6. I take a trip to the parking lot for little puke rallies and rallies in order. I can't believe this is a thing.
I don't know why he would bother going outside. It's a Waffle House. Just puke in there. No one's going to care. No one's going to notice. Well, you're 2 bums having sex in the corner, and this guy's puking. Like, no one's going to give a shit.
Maybe it's cleaner outside.
Oh my god. Quick, a little trip to the bushes outside, if you know what I'm saying. back into the beach. Oh, he doesn't look good, this guy. Like, keep going down. Keep going down. Yeah, past that. Keep going.
He saw his roster.
Oh, that's an awful fantasy football team. No wonder he lost. It's like a worse. Carson Wentz is your quarterback. Josh Jacobs. Oh my God. Yeah, like DJ Moore is far and away the best. But he's got like a 3rd string running back in his flex. No wonder this dude lost.
He only has himself to blame.
Like, he's got a decent wide receiver and his kicker. Those are his 2 best players.
Jake, what's your favorite fast food?
Favorite fast food?
Yeah, there it is. He's not looking well. That picture right there.
Oh no.
You know, it's a tough question because I have been all around the US, and I would say my favorite fast food might not be my favorite fast food if I could get it all the time, but Hardee's.
Mm.
It's basically the same as Carl's Jr. though.
Oh, that's sorry. Carl's Jr. is actually the one I meant.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Carl's Jr.
Yeah, they're exactly the
because
same.
they are the same. Yeah. But yeah, Carl's Jr. is
it's Hardee's on the East Coast and Florida or whatever, and it's Carl's Jr. pretty much everywhere else.
Right. Yeah. Carl's Jr. is where I had it first in California, and last time I had it was when I visited the in-laws in Nebraska, and it's Hardee's out there. But yeah, they're the same thing. But yeah, that's probably my favorite only because I can't get it all the time. If we're talking things I can get all the time, Taco Bell.
Oh yeah.
Not Popeye's fried chicken sandwich.
Popeye, yeah, it's good, but everyone's got that fried chicken sandwich now.
Yeah.
The chicken sandwich. Where were you during the chicken sandwich wars? Yeah, we had the cola wars, now the chicken sandwich wars.
Yeah.
My favorite, like you said, she introduced me to Culver's, which is really good.
Culver's is amazing,
isn't it? Oh
I
my
love
god!
it.
Have that for dinner. Neener, you can't, Rob. No, he's mad at me.
I can run down the street, grab a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I can
You know what I think the worst is? Jack in the Box. I don't know who likes Jack in the Box.
I kind of like them because they had them in Vegas and they didn't for a long time. But yeah, I really like their Jumbo Jacks. They are garbage though, but they're like good garbage. They're like Waffle House. They're like 1 a.m. coming home from somewhere in Vegas. Good.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. I can't see them as sober good.
You know, I had
good curly fries though.
I had In-N-Out Burger in Las Vegas, and I'm like, I don't know what the attraction is. Like, it's good, but it's really greasy.
Culver's is better.
The fries are shit too. They're so bad at In-N-Out.
Yeah, Culver's has really good onion rings. If you go like get their onion rings instead of their fries, even their fries are good though, but like their onion rings are better.
You drink about it, yeah.
There he goes. Quitters never win, winners never quit. Oh god, he's got LMFAO party rock.
Did he survive? How is he? What's up? Back for BC, getting some phone juice. Got some coffee in an effort to get things moving. Sorry to the haters who thought I'd spend the night sleeping. He actually full of waffles, but devoid of life.
That looks like somebody else puked in that Waffle House. There's at least 2 piles I'm counting there on that floor.
I've often said, do you know why people in the South don't live as long? Because they go to eat at Waffle House.
Read this one, Rob.
Which one? Hold on.
This one.
We've entered peak boredom hours. All the staff are out for their smoke breaks. This Waffle House doesn't feel like a waffle home with no one here. Oh my god, this is unbelievable. I can't believe this is a thing. Waffle 7 was easily the worst tasting one, but I finally put it down. Maybe it'll come back up soon. Who can say? 7-ish hours to go. Oh. Enjoying another cup of coffee, trying to make some room beyond the utter and total discomfort I feel. Waffle House is pretty peaceful right now. Kind of zen. Not touching number 8, at least for an hour. 6 hours to go, deep into the doldrums of the night now.
I mean, if you're knowing you're gonna do this, like I think the first bit of your prep has to be not to eat the day before so that you're hungry at the start and you can knock like 10 waffles out first hour. That'd be my thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, they say that like you're supposed to drink a lot of water to make sure your stomach's large enough though, so you're like really, really hungry and your stomach's really, really large then.
I don't think a day it doesn't really make a big difference because I do some intermittent fasting here and there. I can tell you from like 1 day's difference, and I do like hardcore. Like I eat all my meals within like 2 hours. Not eating for an entire day. That you don't really. I mean, you should hydrate, but it doesn't make that big. Your stomach's not going to shrink all that much.
Mm. Miley Cyrus, The Climb is playing in this Waffle House, and I think it's time to try to put down those last 2 waffles and go home. This was real. At times, it was fun, but it never really was fun. Let's do it. I can report progress. 1 waffle down. That makes 8. 1 to go. Then we're just running the clock until 7 a.m. This is not enjoyable. All that stands between me and going home in the next 30 minutes. So damn close. He actually made it. I'm like, did he make it? I'm on the edge of my seat. This is suspenseful.
Who logged into the touch tunes to play Homeward Bound? Oh, that's awful.
The sun is rising. It's a new day. I'm never eating waffles again. That's 9 waffles in 15 hours in this restaurant. So long to the SO to the
Shout
staff.
out.
Shout out to the staff. Yeah, that's how much of a boomer I am. For letting me hang out on a slow night. I tipped them well. Don't worry. This was horrible, and I don't recommend this. I recommend no one ever do this.
So we're starting a fantasy football league this year, right?
And we're out. He made it. Good man. He made it. Oh my
Text
God.
careers to Waffle 9233.
If you're still here and you live or work in Mississippi, consider throwing a couple dollars towards digital subscription. Oh, okay. He has to plug his thing here.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh
And
man.
he absolutely deserved to lose with his team. Like I looked at his lineup and I was just like, I don't see a first, second, or third round pick in any of his. I don't know who he drafted.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. Well, anyway, we want to keep this to an hour, but that was well worth the read. That whole Twitter thread.
Poor guy.
Poor
It's
guy.
like
Yeah,
I feel bad for him, but it's just, it's just waffles.
I know. Like I said, well, you can go hang out with my brother Dave at Waffle House now.
That's worse.
Tell your brother Dave I'll hang out with him at a Waffle House for 15 hours.
You keep saying we're going to drive out to Erie, Pennsylvania.
Why don't you drive out here? The one down the street's open.
Oh, like I said, it's hard enough, really. He'd be doing the driving, but
All right, field trip. I'll go too. Let's go to Erie, Pennsylvania, or Colorado. I don't know. I don't care. Get me a waffle.
There's a waffle. He goes to visit his son in Florida, and there's a Waffle House down the road from his son in Fort Lauderdale. I'm like, dude, 2 birds with 1 stone. And I can finally not hear about it anymore.
Or you just go to Culver's, which is way better.
Yeah, exactly. Culver's has good breakfast.
I don't think they have breakfast, do they?
Do they?
Culver's? I don't think so.
They're completely different foods.
Well, anyway, let's wrap this up. We're at 1 hour and 3 minutes. Jake, you got a comedy gig coming up tonight?
Yeah, the Elbow Room in West Hartford. I'm not on this one. This is a room I run, so I'm just gonna be, popping in. I'm not even booking this one, but I'm popping in there, making sure everything goes smooth.
All right. So Mecca, tell them where you find you.
I have a channel. Go watch it. And I might stream something. I don't know. Something tonight.
The police game, maybe.
I don't have it. I'd have to buy it.
All right. And you can find me right here and other places, apparently. Actually, I'm going to be on Jesse Milestone's stream Tuesday. And if you're up late, tune in for that one. Everybody, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining Jake. Thanks for Jake for showing up, even though you had phone difficulties.
Thank you.
Jake, and like I said, it's my show. You can say whatever the hell you want.
Sweet. At least until you get monetized.
Yeah. And any closing comments?
No. Just I'll tell Melman you said hi.
Not it. Still not it.
All right, everybody. That's our show for this week. Check us out. It'll be up on my channel for replays. This has been another episode of the Saturday Edition. And you get to check out the groovy credits I made. Bye-bye.
you should be, because you are dirt. You make me sick, you big baby. I'm just saying I'm better.